everybody, this is your girl Sassy Scribe here with Situations with Sassy, and I have the ladies from Rant and Rave of IC Color Live TV. And today they're going to tell us all about how they talk about football, which is going to actually educate me because I'm ignorant to everything when it comes to football. So I want you to briefly introduce yourselves and then tell us, how you got started with this whole platform of, I think it's awesome, Rant and Rave, Go Ravens, great football show. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Leslie Franklin, and I just thought it would be a great idea for women to educate other women and men, let them know that we know about football and let's talk about it. So we just decided to come up with Rant and Rave.
Great.
And I'm Teresa Lady Raven Scott, and I'm a football fanatic. Ravens #1, but football, period, just a football fanatic. And once I saw that one of my classmates was having an audition for a show to talk about football, man, I had to make sure I made my way in that day. So that's how I got here.
That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Cassandra Bleeds Purple Bagley, in pretty much the same situation as Teresa, but I wasn't available the first season, so Paul put me on as a producer. And then the second season,
You were
there.
from behind the camera to in front of the camera. Great.
Hi, I'm Jackie Bean Roberts, Football 101, Teresa. We all graduated from college, so we're all family.
Yep.
And I just am happy to have the opportunity to be a part of their group.
Okay. Just to let the international audience know that Poly is a super high school here in the Baltimore, Maryland area, and these are the alumni, except for Leslie and myself. So since we know that you're all former alumni, so what actually made you say that this is what we want to do? Who came up with the idea and who came up with the name of the show, first of all?
Well, actually, I came up with the idea of women doing the show. Paul Franklin, my husband, he decided he wanted to do a show. And I said, well, let's let women get a chance and let the world know that women know about football as well. So I didn't come up with the name, Rant and Rave, but I just came up with the idea of women doing the
So
show.
you came up with the concept.
Exactly.
And then Paul, to everybody, that he is the CEO of IC Color Live Television. He does all of the amazing graphics and engineering that they have going on. And then who came up with Rant and Rave?
One of our members, Sharice Stewart,
Mm-hmm.
she came up with that name, and it's stuck, and it's awesome. It just goes right along with what we wanted to do.
And it's basically football, but it is for the love of Ravens.
Yes.
Okay, so with that being said, how did each one of you come to love football? 'Cause I'm one of those typical women on Sunday, I'm shopping. Not about it to sit and watch football. I'm a baseball person. So I'm not about to sit and watch football. So how would you get someone like me, who's completely ignorant to the game, to get involved in football?
I think I would help you.
Okay.
Because I did 101, I would tell you the type of plays that you would see.
Mhm.
I would tell you the formation that they stand in, and we all like to see them in those tight pants.
Oh, gosh.
Well, look, we're gonna come right back after this segment. We're gonna actually talk to the rest of the ladies, and they're gonna give us their love for football.
Good morning, Rant and Rave.
Good morning, Paulie.
You don't look like cops.
No, we're Rant and Rave.
IC Color Live TV's Rant and Rave. Saturday, this fall on iccolorlive.tv.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Situations with Sassy. I am your girl, Sassy Scribe, and I'm here with the cast of IC Color Live's Rant and Rave, the ladies of Rant and Rave. So tell us about the seasons. How many seasons did you actually have with Rant and Rave on IC Color Live?
We had 3 great seasons. Each year progressed and got better and better, and our cast would change some, but the concept and the ideas just got better and better each year.
Now, what did each individual lady, did they have a key role in each of the shows, as you're saying the cast changed?
Well, we would have host, I would co-host,
Okay.
and Cassandra had the fantasy football. Jackie had football 101. And Sharice, she was a host. We started out with Amanda as well. They were just the host and I co-host with them. So they come up with what we were going to talk about and then we roll with it.
Yes, what was your segment actually on the show?
I did fantasy football.
Okay.
In the first season, we did how to pick a fantasy team, how many running backs you should get, how many wide receivers, that kind of thing. And we all played fantasy together for the season, and that was fun. And then the next season, we just morphed that into, because they learned things from Jackie so that they could actually understand what I was saying.
Right.
So
Well, okay, so that's good. So when you're talking fantasy football, you can see I'm not into football like that. But when you're talking fantasy football, what are the actual mechanics that women need to know? When you say picking a team, just give me the first 3 key points so that they, you know.
I would say just the way my brain works.
Okay.
Running back, wide receiver, running back. It's because you're trying to get people on your fantasy team. You get to make up your dream team. Who are going to get the most
Based
points
on
for
those?
you? Heck no. No, don't come play with
Not
us.
then. Not then. That's
You
just
save
when you're
that for
looking.
the
That's a free rant and rave.
That's
Free Rant and Rave.
That's just when you're looking. That's just, eye candy when you're looking. When you're picking that team, you gotta kick that skill.
So is this something that you ladies just did like in the latter years, or was this something that you grew up with? How did the love of football happen for you ladies? Go one at a time. You go first. You go first.
Me ladder.
Okay.
Just to be included in my friend's vision. That was for me.
So you did it so you could
made me learn.
with your man, so you could, is that bond together, or was it with your girlfriend?
Is with my poly family.
Oh, Jesus. We
Hey,
So to just grow with your former alumni.
Right.
That is what you did it for.
Correct.
You did it for,
I traveled after my dad and my brothers all my life. My brother was a star tennis player, and I love sports. So as I got older, I'm watching, you understand this and flags, but I wanted to learn more of the mechanics. And I had a friend who was a football guru, and every Sunday for entire season, football Sunday was lesson day, and I had to take a final exam on Super Bowl Sunday, which I aced and I kept
final exam on Super Bowl Sunday. When we come back, Teresa's going to tell everybody what she loved about fantasy football.
That mean I'm in my zone. Yeah, it's that purple rain. Never see a coverage blown. Whether we in the dome or on the grass, we taking y'all to school. Welcome to class. They say that speed kills. I say they probably right. 95 off the edge. JJ Dynamite. We bout to take flight. Cause we super fly. Only time to steal a safe is when we gotta buy. Y'all see that 5-2? You know it's going down. Here come that purple rain. Welcome to Ravenstown. We on fire. They can't extinguish, cause up in Baltimore, we all about that defense. You see that 5-2? You know it's going down. Here come that purple rain. Welcome to Ravenstown. You know we on fire. They can't distinguish, cause up in Baltimore, we all about that defense. Ravens, 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 Ravens. Get a crab cake, sip another bowl. Let your mustache grow like Flacco. Yo, you know the flow. It's something like the now. It's a fumble.
And I am back, Sassy Scribe, on Situations with Sassy, again with the ladies of Rant and Rave on I See Color Live TV. And tell us more about the format of the show.
Well, each week we have the co-hosts talk about the previous week's game. you know, we critique what we could have done, you know, what the good points, the bad points, whatever. And then we have the fantasy football segment. Then we have Jackie's 101 segment. And then we have, you know, if there's some different type of guest segment, then we would throw that in. And then we would talk about the upcoming match. And, you know, how did we think we would fare, and, you know, the goods and the bads, and, you know, what's expected. And that's how we would do every week.
And that was basically, when you talk about how you would fare, you're specifically referring to the Ravens. Not all the other teams, you previewed them, but it was specifically about the Ravens.
The Ravens and the team that they would be matched up against coming that week. So you go, okay, we just played the Steelers, so we would just talk about the Steelers, how the good, the bad, how we looked, whatever, in that game. Then we would talk about who we'd have coming up this week. So it's the Ravens and how we play this team coming up, how we think they fare with this team coming up. Who are the match, you know, what matches are we going to be looking forward to? What people are we looking forward to stand out? Those type of things.
Now, I want to ask you ladies a question, since you are female, and the controversy that happened with the Ravens team. How did you feel about that, with the whole Ray Rice thing and having that spotlight put on Baltimore in a very negative light when that was happening during your time on the air?
Yes.
Did you guys cover that at all?
Of course we covered that.
And how did that make you feel as a diehard Ravens fan? And how did that make you feel?
As far as me, like you say, die hard. I was upset with the Ravens organization.
Okay. Right.
Because Ray Rice admitted to what he had done. It was out there. The league had decided on what they wanted to do with Ray Rice. And then when the so-called video supposedly hit, but you're not going to tell me that they weren't aware of it anyway. What you read and what you see, it can't be any worse. If he said he punched her, you see in the punch, it doesn't make it any different. He still punched her. So you gave out a punishment, and then you went and you banished him like he was the first in the league. We've got other Raven players that have had domestic situations, and you didn't go that far.
Right.
So to me, it was like double jeopardy. You punished him twice, and you made him the face of disgrace for the NFL, and I think that was totally wrong. And I am a female, but it was dealt with, and then you came back and you did it again.
Well, what I noticed from that happening, that the NFL kind of realized that women were an integral part of their revenue source. So this platform that you guys are creating, and I think when I spoke with the CEO of the company, Paul Franklin, when he said that you guys are the actual first of your kind to do this type of show. So I know that there are larger platforms that have now fashioned themselves somewhat after your show, having women of color, talking about different sports items and football and baseball, basketball, or whatever.
And I'm glad you said it that way, because we felt very good about being the first. And at the time, we weren't even really thinking about being the first. It was a concept that Paul came up with, and we went with it. It flowed. It was so nice, and we were happy about it. Until this summer, when this came up, it was like a slap in the face. Like everything that we had done, we didn't exist. And that was not true. Paul did a lot to get us where we were. He had his support of Leslie right here, and they put everything. This was their personal baby.
Right.
Nobody helped them.
Right.
And they did this, and they reached a lot of people. And then it's just like, all of a sudden, oh, we're going to bring out ladies that are doing this, when you've already had ladies that were doing it. So it was kind of like a slap in the face, but we had already done our thing, and we're still proud today, just as we were at the beginning. So I'm happy about it.
Well, I like the fact, and I like the way that you put that, because when you look at the fact that you're just on a smaller scale, it's still media. It's still mass media, and the internet reaches many more people than terrestrial television and radio.
Yes.
And it's a global audience. So where they may only have, whatever platform numbers that they have or whatever they have, you guys had a global audience
In
that you reached that
Africa
explained to
and
them.
everywhere. Paul took us to Africa and everything. So yeah, you're right.
So, well, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna have more with the ladies of Rant and Rave from I See Color Live TV. Back, Sassy Scribe, Situations with Sassy, with the ladies of Rant and Rave from I See Color Live TV. So it seems like you guys did really break a lot of ground in every realm, it seems, including advertising. So tell us about some of the great commercials that the super producer, engineer, CEO, maven, guru, expert, Paul Franklin.
Remember the gravitating room?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So is that your favorite?
Yes.
And what? Each one of you have a favorite, so I'll go down.
Charlie's Angels.
Oh, that was a
Paulie's
good one, too.
Angels.
Paulie's Angels. Okay, all right.
You understand.
That was
Okay.
it. And I particularly like the sewing machine commercial, making the
Oh, yeah.
t-shirts.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And I like We Can't Do It commercial.
Oh, that sounds sexy.
But we proved them wrong.
Well, actually, you did prove them wrong because you, like I said, you guys broke ground, and everyone knows it. And now they have shows on mainstream media that have now fashioned themselves after what you guys did on Rant and Rave. So how long? You said you did it for 3 seasons.
Yes.
So do you think you'll come back?
Maybe one day when the time is right.
We love to come back. We love to come back.
Okay.
Because it's
If
such a-
asked, I'll be back.
Yeah, I'd come back in a heartbeat.
You
It
would
was
come back.
such a growing experience. Me, totally shy person.
Mhm.
So it helped me break out. This was my butterfly moment. So it was really, really cool. And it's just the connection that everyone had. I'd love to do it again.
So I can see the energy and the synergy between you
Yeah,
ladies.
and
So
I think
can-
I'll join them this time.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
What? So you love
I
football?
don't know what the CEOs are having to do, but I think I'm going to join them next time.
Well, that would be awesome.
We had an awesome time. We did my first radio show ever with, McCarthy. It was so much energy in that
Yeah.
room. We went to
But he's an electric type of
He brings
individual.
it
Yeah.
out of you because it is just so down to earth. But at the same time, you may not even know, but he's pulling
gets you
that
talking.
information.
He's pulling
he
that
pulls it
information.
out. He pulls it out,
Yeah.
and it was great. It was great.
So do you guys have anything special when it comes to Paul, the CEO? Is there anything special that you see him for, that you recognize, that you appreciate him for when it comes to this whole platform?
His vision, the
Yeah.
whole vision in itself, and to bring me in, because he didn't have to,
No.
but he did, and I'm here. And Leslie's vision, her idea, it came to fruition. So it's just good when people get together with an idea and share it
Yep.
with everyone.
Which is something our community has an issue.
Right.
doing.
Yes, that's true.
Everyone can eat,
Yes.
and
Right.
everyone can grow.
No
So
one has to
you were
jump
saying,
off of that.
right?
Paul not only did this, but within the show, he did commercials, advertising for small businesses, restaurants. And by what he was doing, by extension, he was helping others.
Mhm.
He did
Always.
commercials for a restaurant that I was manager at,
Mhm.
and it made a difference. He doesn't just keep it to himself.
Right. He's a
Spreads
very
love.
loving and giving person that he spreads his knowledge and he's willing to help each other.
He has
and
genius
help
ideas, and his graphics are out of this world.
My daughter's
It's-
17, and he included her.
Yeah, oh
She-
yeah.
So she
Yeah.
interned on
She
I See
loved
Color
it,
Live.
yes.
Yeah,
Intern. See,
you-
intern
She even had a part.
opportunities
She
here
did,
at I See
she did
Color Live.
her intern, and she did her little, this is Janae, this is me in a
She loved
minute.
it. She's
You know,
great.
Okay. So that being said, what about bloopers? Because we had a lot of mishaps off air that people don't see. So what about the bloopers and everything?
they did a whole lot of them. Oh my goodness, you gonna see a whole bunch of
Did you
them.
notice how she threw everybody under the bus?
And then over us.
Now, one of my favorites is, I know Jackie kept throwing me on the bus, you know, but
Under.
She can't wait. I didn't want to be under the bus. I wanted to be on the bus. I knew what I said. But my girl Tamara, oh my goodness, this girl was funny, and it was sitting next to her because she's a beautiful person. Beautiful. I mean, inside and out. Yes. So I'm sitting next to her, and I'm like, she's got these gorgeous big eyes, and I'm sitting there looking, and she's just blinking and blinking, and while she's talking, and I'm like, you know, and then when she would mess up, because she's so pretty, right? So I was glad when she messed up. You know, so, and it was just so much fun, but yeah, you didn't know, had no idea that Paul was going to put all that together, and that is one of the most best segments ever for Rant and Rave. It's almost better than one of our segments. I mean, it just, yeah, they got me.
So he did all of the graphics because I've
He
seen the
did
show.
everything.
So all of the graphics were when you do your one-on-one, when you do your fantasy football, and then the segments that you did, he did all of that with all of the pop-ups and the pull-ins
Yes.
and the,
Yes.
the crawls across the bottom
Yes.
of the screen. He did all of that.
Yes.
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 Well, see, you get everything here at I See Color Live Television.
Everything.
Everything. So you have
Everything.
Rant and Rave. You have Paul Franklin, the CEO of Rant and I See Color Live Television. So we're gonna come back with more situations with Sassy with the ladies of Rant and Rave on I See Color Live TV.
That talk about football? I don't think so.
Women doing football? I don't know if that'll work.
Since women never played football, they don't understand the game. Come on.
A weekly online show about ladies discussing about Ravens? I won't be watching. Nah, can't do it.
Fortunately, we didn't listen to the experts. ICColorLive.tv has presented Rant and Rave for 2 seasons. We use all women, all the time, talking about the Ravens and talking about football. Rant and Rave on ICColorLive.tv. Please like our page on Facebook. Why aren't you watching?
Women? I don't know about that.
And this is Sassy Scribe back with Situations with Sassy with the ladies of Rant and Rave from I See Color Live TV. So ladies, as we close out, let me, I'm going to go to each one of you. You can tell me what the show meant to you and how did it help you to grow as a person. And then we'll end with you because there are some ladies that aren't here that you want to share.
Well, honestly, I didn't see it, but relationship building and trust. Because all these beautiful women in my house every day, honestly, in the end, I saw it as relationship building and building trust. And I love these ladies. So
Love you
that's
too.
what I say. I want to be a part of it next year.
All right, you
So
hear that?
It means a lot.
Season
to me,
4.
It meant a lot to me, and I learned a lot.
Mrs. CEO. That's right. Mrs. CEO. Okay.
Well, I agree. It was, we had relationships that were some from junior high, most of us just from high school, and relationship with football. And they all came together, and it was just awesome. And it was years in between us physically seeing each other beyond Facebook, but once we got together, you couldn't tell, you know. So, like she said, we're family. This is all family here, and it was such a joy to do this and to be a part of it. And I wouldn't trade it for anything, and I would come back in a heartbeat. There's nothing. I love it.
Well, I won an award with the
Oh,
LA Webfest for 2014.
No, I'm sorry. Repeat that because we were all excited.
LA Webfest 2014 for outstanding host. And
Awesome.
I was not
Sure did.
expecting, and Leslie and I was trying to get together to figure out a way to get to California so we could wear gowns and walk up on the stage. Couldn't do it, but I got the award. And it was such an honor and a surprise, not expected at all.
So that lets
really
everyone
did.
know that you're doing the work. If you won an award, someone saw the platform.
Yes,
is
ma'am.
what I'm
Thank
saying.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Cass, tell us about your love for the show and what it meant to you, and then tell us about the ladies who aren't able to join us this evening.
Like I said, it was somewhat of a metamorphosis for me, just breaking out of my shell. I've been blessed with having a new best friend. And I've known this woman since the 7th grade. But along with knowing Jackie since junior high school, Sharice that we mentioned, Sharice Stewart,
Right.
she was a friend from elementary school, junior high, and then we all went to high school together. Sharice is the one who came up with the name of Rant and Rave. She couldn't be with us tonight. And there was Amanda Beal, also known as A-Motion. She was one of the hosts during season 1.
Yep.
Then after Amanda, we had our love Tamara Monroe, who was here for a season as a co-host. We actually had a trivia game that we did as an entire episode. And one of the people who participated in that, who was a fan of the show, ended up joining us on camera for the 3rd season. And that was my girl, Brittany Bennett Moore.
Okay.
So it just built things, renewed things, and hopefully will replenish things. I'm done.
That's a great way to close out the show. That is your girl Sassy with Situations with Sassy. And the ladies, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies of I See Color Live
Thank you very much.
TV's Rant and Rave.